What's happening, everybody? It is Monday. Time to get motivated. Can you dig it? Sheldon J in the house, in the building. I got a special guest with me tonight, Miss Maria Jefferson, a.k.a. Shug Your Personal Cook. But, you know, she's going to explain all that good stuff to you because I'm sure I'm not doing justice to all the things she can do. But be motivated. Can you dig it? Miss Maria Jefferson, what is going on this evening?
Hello. Just getting off, making it in. Getting ready to cook some dinner.
Go do some more cooking. Can you dig it? Time to do some more cooking. You're off work and got to get to work a little bit more. Just when you got off. So the work is never done, right?
Never done.
Never done. I really appreciate your time, though, because I know you're very busy doing the things you're doing with your cooking and all that stuff there. And also, before we get into this meat and potatoes of this thing, let everybody know what you do, who you are, and how to get a hold of you, and how they can support what you got going on.
Well, my name is Maria Jefferson. I'm a small business owner of Shug Your Personal Cook. I've been in business for the last 3 years. I'm just relocated out here in Houston, Texas, trying to give back to the communities. Working on a food truck right now. Would love to give back to the communities, the homeless that's out here, that's hungry. That's one thing that I'm very adamant on and focused about. There's a lot of homeless people that's out here that it's a lot of people that don't deserve to be homeless. You never know anyone's situation. So I try not to judge everyone's situation. But when I come across them, it's just in me to give back. So it's just very important to give back. So my food truck, the purpose of it is to focus on giving back to the community by going out, feeding the homeless. Nothing goes to waste on the food truck. So if it's good, it's fresh, we pack those up and we would deliver those to the homeless. We have it where if you would like to donate to the cause, you can donate any amount of cash to feed the homeless. What you do is you just go to www.shugyourpersonalcook.com and you can hit the donation button and you can just leave a small donation. Each donation that is made, a receipt, will be posted on Facebook to let you know exactly where your funds are going to. Once those funds come in, I personally take the time to go out and grocery shop and prepare these meals. And a friend of mine, Simone, would go out here and we would pass those meals out to the homeless. So that's very, very important. So right now, I'm focused on, we go into homes and I prepare their meals for them, weekly meal preparation, birthday dinners, candlelight dinners, anything you want. Shug can make it. Shug can fix it.
Shug can make it. If you want it, Shug can make it. Where'd the name of Shug come from?
Well, actually, it came from my grandmother. When I was a kid, I used to run around.
I was gonna say that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I used to run around and be like, "Give me Shug," and they'd be like, "It's a kiss," and I refused to say, "Give me kiss," and so Shug just stuck with me. My grandmother just said, "Well, I'm gonna just name you Shug because you won't stop saying it." So Shug is something that stuck with me, and that's something that I just go by.
I like that. I knew that. When I was looking at the name, I'm like, that got to be something from a grandma or something. That sounds like, come on over.
Because it sounds old-fashioned.
Yeah. I say, yeah, that's the deal. That's the deal right there. Hey, well, my man Craig H. Stewart, Disorderly Conduct, is tuning in. That's one of your homeboys right there. He said he tuned in.
Yes, that is.
Yeah,
yes,
that's my man.
That's a good friend of mine. He's been looking out for me. He's the one that got me in good ties with trying to get the advertising videos going through the slideshows. Nice little shout out to Craig.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. We do a show on Wednesdays called Getting Over the Hump, man. So that's my man, 50 grand right there. It's all good. Miss Tasha Dibborn tuning in.
Support.
Yeah. Shout out to Miss Tasha Dibborn. Yeah.
The more support, that's better.
The support is such a beautiful thing. We talked about that. We had an event this weekend called Dim Down for What? Shout out Tasha Dibborn for putting that together in a positive express. And it was real good about motivating the kids and encouraging youth and things of that nature, right? And we got into some discussions about, support and stuff like that. And matter of fact, I did a video about it today in reference to who supports you and who doesn't, but don't really concern yourself with it. So it's like, you have to just keep on pushing yourself and be your biggest fan and motivate yourself more than anyone else, right?
Exactly, and that's why I have on my page, I posted a picture just the other day, and I said, if you're not believing in yourself, how can you expect someone else to believe in you?
I I saw that.
And that's what people have to remember. If you're not truly believing in yourself, you cannot ask or seek that from anyone else.
You sure right about that, man. You sure right. Disorderly conduct, sending the love. I appreciate y'all, man. But you know, it's I think speak to that though. Speak to the importance of really believing in yourself, because you talking about being a small business owner. I'm a small business owner myself, and so when you in the trenches, if you will, right? Sometimes it can be a little rough, right? Sometimes it can be a little rough, and it can be like really, really, really like dark sometimes, right? When you're trying to build something, you know, from scratch, if you will, right? So you have to, I think, be your biggest fan, right? In the midst of these things, because in the midst of those dark moments, nobody sees those moments. They just see the highlights and the Facebook posts and social media posts and all that.
Right.
But they don't see the moments when you're trying to figure it out and trying to get it together. You know, they don't really see that. So really speak to that about really being motivated yourself. And I mean, what's your opinion on that? You know, when you see so many people, I guess, start, stop, you know, is it because of a lack of belief in themselves, or because of lack of response in the people that they would hope believed in them?
Well, me personally, my personal opinion, when it comes down to believing in yourself, to me, that starts with parenting. Mm-hmm. That starts from childhood. So if you're not guided the proper way through your parents, you're going to get older and you're going to find yourself stuck. And you're going to try to get that acceptance from someone else. But when you're catered to in a way throughout your childhood, to me, it becomes less important seeking approval from the outside. So I try to install in my kids their value, their importance, the things that they can accomplish, and try not to use the vocabulary of what you cannot do. Because I believe the sky, there's no limit to the sky. As you see, we have astronauts and everything, and what do? There's no limit to it.
Yeah.
You know, it just keeps going, and it just keeps going, and it just keeps going. So it's us, as in parents, it's up to us to install that into our children. And you see, I grew up without that. So my motivation comes from myself. My motivation comes with the fact that I refuse to fall, and I refuse not to succeed, because anything is possible. Just because you come from a bad upbringing, that don't mean that has to be your outcome.
Yeah. You
can change that negative into something positive. So I always truthfully believe that you can find a negative out of any positive solution. And so hopefully other people can do that. And so to me, that's where your motivation starts from. It starts from childhood. And if you can't get it from childhood, then you just have to really believe in yourself. You really do. It's not easy, but at the end of the day, no one gave birth to us and said, hey, it's going to be easy. So life is hard. Business is hard. Relationships is hard. Motivating yourself is hard. And that's what people fail to realize. Anytime things get hard, they don't want to do it. The easier it is for them, then they'll want to do it. Yeah. When it's given, then they'll want to do it. But if you have to get out here and really earn it, a lot of people, that's the problem. They don't want to earn it. They want to have it given to them.
And that's kind of crazy though, man, because it used to be a time, man, growing up to where say, you know what, you don't work, you don't eat, right? You know, if you don't get out there and go grind and go get it, then you don't get the results from it. I think I called it like 10 years ago. I called it the wussification of America, right? Because it seems like everybody runs the race, everybody gets a ribbon, right? Instead of saying, you know what, you lost, you need to run a little bit faster the next time. So it's almost like nobody really has a lot of. That's what Keep on Pushing came from. Cope. A lot of people lack coping mechanisms, right? They don't really know how to cope with stuff, and so they quit instead of cope, right? And then they end up falling away. But I always tell people that, someone needs you to keep going. Someone needs you to not quit, because if you'd have quit a long time ago when it got tired, when it got aggravating for you, right? Those great meals that you cook, no one would be able to benefit from them. No one would be able to eat those, from you. So I think sometimes it's a selfish decision to quit, because forget the outsiders, because the outside opinions are exactly that. Outside opinions.
Outside opinions. And that's what people fail to realize. Don't worry about those outside opinions. Worry about your inside opinion, not the outside opinion. So if it's not inside your home, it doesn't matter. And that's what people fail to realize. It just don't matter. Only thing that really matters is how you feel about yourself. Your opinion about yourself.
Yeah.
That's what matters. And a lot of people, and then they need to remember, you don't owe anyone in life. So when you get out here and you start making your own business, your own money, and putting your foot forward, you don't owe anyone out of life. And that's what a lot of people go wrong, too. We start business, and next thing you know, them birds get to flying your way from left and right.
Oh, man.
I swear. Well, it's true. They come flying from left and right and things like that. But, hey, you have to pick and choose. I swear, you really do.
You really do. You really have to dig deep, man.
Really
Listen
do.
to a comment from Tasha Dibborn. She said, big facts. They will put it down before even starting because they don't believe in themselves. And then she said, keep on going because people need what you have to offer. And that's true, though.
Mm-hmm.
There was an experiment that I did when I was at a church in Dallas, man, years and years ago, right? The preacher came around. He handed everybody a paper gingerbread man, like the gingerbread man paper figure. He said, okay, this is a gingerbread man figure, all right? He said, what I want y'all to do right now is I want y'all to tear it up. Tear it up. I'm like, just tear it up in little pieces as much as you can. So everybody got to ripping and tearing it up and tearing it up. Then he said, okay, y'all through? Then he said, put it back together again. And everybody's like, what? He's like, put it back together again. And basically what he did that for is they say, see how easy it was to tear down. But now when it's time to rebuild, you may be able to put it back together, but it'll never be the same.
Yeah.
It'll never look the same. So sometimes he said negativity seems to be easy to get into because we're in a negative world at times. But at the same time, though, that's where the deception comes in as well, too. Because I believe that we have more working for us that we cannot see than we have working against us that we can.
That's true. That's true. But at the end of the day, life is what you make it.
Oh, say that again. Say that again, Shug. Say that again, Shug.
Exactly. Life is exactly what you make it. So you can make the best of it. You can make the worst of it. You can go in between. It's solely up to you. And I choose to make the best of my life.
What you say now? Perspective. So those little smiling pictures on social media, that ain't just no fake smile, huh? That's a real smile. So you really happy and stuff, huh? Okay.
I'm past happy. Like I said, the skies has no limit.
Yeah, my dad used to tell me that. He said, son, reach for the stars, and even if you fall, you're still up there. You know, you're still up high. You know, my dad's like my hugest encourager, man. My dad, you know, he just like always tells me what you can do and what you need to do and what's inside of you that you just have to reach real deep and go grab it, right? And right. I think sometimes people need that in their life. I did a video about that earlier today about that sometime because I don't really think the people that don't support or don't really offer that constant, hey, motivation. I think sometimes, though, man, for those that are starting off, I think sometimes you need that because as I mentioned earlier, that you never get old enough to say, you know what, I would like my parents to say I'm proud of you. I would like those that love me to say, hey, I'm proud of you. Keep on going. I think you really want that. But unfortunately, a lot of times, though, the support will come from someone that's not even blood related to you.
Amen to that one. I can definitely agree. I can agree to that one. I can really agree to that. And you know what? That reminded me of another post that I made not too long ago when I said, why are people so quick to congratulate people when they get a job, but don't congratulate anyone when they say, hey, I started a small business?
Ooh, you can't do that. Ooh, what you doing that for? You need to go to work.
Know, And that reminded me of that topic right there. And then I remember I really couldn't get a good answer either.
You won't. I guarantee you probably got maybe crickets on there. You probably had 3 likes and 4 unlikes.
I really did. I really did. I probably had somebody to take me off of friends.
Yeah, like, well, shit, my friend don't want to ask me no stupid question like that. So, for real, it becomes like an issue sometimes because I hear this from so many people. And like I said, you would think that those that saw you go through your struggles, go through your ups and your downs to finally get to this point to do something significant that you feel great about, like sharing comment. Nope.
No. They be the first ones that'll leave you right behind, or the first person to ask you for that discount.
Now, you won't go ask XYZ man over here for his discount, right? You won't ask him for a discount. Okay, I do a credit repair company as well, right? And I charge only $50 a month for my credit repair service, right? $75 to start, $50 a month. Do you know people still be like, man, well, can I get a deal? Can I get a discount? You know, with that. I'm like, are you kidding me? You go pay Lexington Law Firm $100 and something bucks a month that do nothing for you, and you're not even educated properly on the process, but you want to try to bargain shop with me. And then get mad if I don't bargain shop with you. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. With business comes with a lot of stuff. The more is like the more you succeed, the less people you're going to have following behind you. I can promise you that.
And that
So
just
you
so
really
silly.
have to